Alright, so I fell asleep um, while making this video. It only made it through about halfway before the computer C2 died on me, and apparently it continued to play for a couple hours after that. Pardon the belch. So I'm gonna press play and then ignore y'all.
Are you okay there, Mike? All right. Well, there's a lot of my phone numbers that are on this phone. Could I hang up on you on this one and call you with my other one real quick? Thank you, man. Hello. Hey, Meg, it's Sean. Hi. The speaker on this one is so much better. It's the one I probably should have called on.
Actually, I'm gonna pause this for a second. With the state patrol officer there, you'll notice I shouldn't even call them conversations. It's just that asshole being a bullshitter. But the conversations that I had with nearly all of the police before this on video, you can see how when I try telling them what's going on, they don't take the time to listen. They're too busy making excuses, no matter what, making excuses. Any excuse not to do their fucking jobs. Them not doing their fucking jobs and assuming my guilt and going out of their way to try to frame me for shit that I didn't fucking do. Going out of their way at every point in time. And I'm supposed to smile and say fucking thank you to people. Jesus fucking Christ, this is some retarded fucking bullshit. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the word retarded. I've been called retarded my whole life. I've also been called gay my whole life. So there is that. Guess what? I am neither retarded nor gay. Actually, that's not true. I am socially retarded. Retarded means slowed down. My brain works faster than yours, which makes it difficult to make a connection with you, especially when you're being stupid and ignorant and going out of your way to be a fucking dumbass. So do yourself a favor, do the world a favor. Don't be a fucking dumbass.
All right. Oh man, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. Nebraska Attorney General's office. There's so much on that on my phone. Let's see. I'd like a copy of this list too, because all of these contacts have involvement in this, or aware of stress harassment, or things of that situation with the police in specific, or mostly. Guy right here don't like cops for good reason, but I've got some stuff with him that's really useful, and hopefully it'll save some lives. He's a real smart guy, and he knows the streets almost as good as I do.
And with these contacts, Sean, will you, like in just a couple words, describe like their relationship to you, like friends or
Yes, sir.
who they are, just so that I have that information? Yes, sir. It'll make it easier for the investigators if I can get that up front.
Now, if there's crimes on here that need to go to other jurisdictions, are you able to transfer that information onto them?
That'll be something the investigators will handle if they're able to. If you want to list it, go ahead and they will do what they can with it, okay?
All right. Now, 5 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to tell the difference between me and anybody else. 'Cause I'm really good at hiding Tourette syndrome, hiding my autism. The thing is, been doing that 24 hours a day to make everybody happy so they don't hurt you for being different. It's exhausting. It hurts a lot to have to do that and to not have a place to be fragmented. When I stopped looking at sensory overload, I need a safe environment. I need something done to resolve the problem that is sent me into it. I don't have panic attacks over nothing and meltdowns over nothing. It's always over abuse. One of these ladies, her name is Amanda. She's been a friend for a lot of years, and she isn't necessarily somebody who's been able to deal with the police part of it, but she did try to help, and that's all very important.
I'm gonna pause it again for a second. I gotta make mention of the fact that people who are deemed mentally ill are not treated like human beings. Everyone just assumes your guilt, especially law enforcement, because it enhances their prestige. Oh, look at my arrest record. Look at how many disabled people I arrested last month and we fucking railroaded in court. And that's what I'm dealing with. What these officers did is criminal. Criminal. And I get told that I'm not allowed to do anything because I don't have any money for a real fucking attorney. My safety needs to be guaranteed so that I can actually file charges against my predators. 4 goddamn years of this. Enough is a fucking enough. I press play.
Sorry, I write photo. I used to be an artist back in the day. Yeah, I can still kind of sort of draw, but it hurts a lot.
Just so I have an idea about these contacts you're telling these people have information regarding
Before you
where
ask
you
me
work. Okay.
who I am,
Okay.
these guys tried to have me diagnosed with something that I didn't have because they made mistakes. The problem that I have with them isn't that they made mistakes. It's all of the things that they have done and used power over to cover up these mistakes. I was not mad at them. Well, I was mad at them. Real big was mad at this day. But the fact is, I'd gone to his office previously over this situation. Now, I have a problem with the fact that I have to go in and talk to him about myself. And when that happens, if I say anything about the fact that I was bullied to the point that I want my life to end, and I've gone to everybody that I can, and instead of doing something about it, they either blow me off or they lock me up because I'm suicidal. And then many of these people, like these officers in specific, they use suicide watch in order to try to hide their crime. So basically, they're playing on my disabilities and using their position of power. Stop costing me in prison, along with these 2 officers that were allowed to leave the state. I was trying to terminate his officers and doing everything that we can to hide the fact that his officers not only
you're telling me that you have is in regards to that? Is in regards to,
I have a lot of evidence in regards.
The evidence I have is in regards to police treating me like this nationwide. Now, that's the thing about this video is that, yeah, it was just yesterday that I recorded it. But the thing is that I have tried on multiple occasions to get someone to do something. And Scott DaCosta, obviously not the guy to go to because he's covering up his own crimes. The man literally went out of his way to manipulate a situation so that he and his officers would not get in trouble. He should have been removed years ago.
What they did to cover it up. The problem is that when you have to deal with officers and they're not required to turn on their body cameras, they don't. When they're going to go commit a crime, they turn it off. When they're trying to cover for another officer, they turn it off. They're just giving a professional courtesy, and I'm sure you can do that. The thing is, this should have been turned over to the FBI because of the sheer quantity of it.
Now, mind you, Meg stayed on the phone this entire time. I want to say there's about 3 hours worth of video overall. And I'm sorry there's so much time where it's quiet. It's just, I was writing stuff down.
Also, a lot of my witnesses are dead now. There's 22 people who are dead directly as a result of officers not investigating the crimes against me. I can also verify those as well. The problem is that my computer skills and the fact that I get overwhelmed and I shut down because I'm not in a safe environment makes it very difficult to do those things. Plus, my lack of knowledge of how to do a lot of this, I just have to fumble through it. Now some of the slander that they tried to have pinned on me is they tried to claim that I was on drugs or doing drugs and things of this nature through all of this. And that's always the assumption they go, all right, he's a homeless dude. Would you say he's on drugs? And that'll make it okay. And those people can all verify that I don't do drugs. They can also all verify that I am not schizophrenic. One of the things that these officers were trying to push real heavily rather than the police. They said that everything in their power is not to look at. Also, the problem is that with my lack of having a place to do it, and all the resources will make it. How am I going to be able to do that? I'm just trying to find a place to charge myself.
these contacts that you have, you have to get yourself to an investigator and you be able to get that, this information here.
My friends?
Yep. Because it might, instead of sitting here and having your iPhone down for me, it might expedite this for you. Because the sooner I can get out of here, the sooner I can get this moving on.
Alright, well, let me give you one more number.
Because if you've got all that, something you can easily get when they reach out and contact you.
No, sir, it's not something that I can usually get to them. That's the point. The last I haven't had easy access to anything.
Well, right, but my point being, if you've got this information in your phone here, when they contact you, you'll be able to get it to them when they come to you, right?
I'd be able to try.
Okay. Okay.
That's the thing, is that I don't have a lot of technical knowledge.
Right.
My brain is deteriorating from all of this. I don't know how to explain that to you in a way that you can understand. I mean, it's one thing when you fully understand trauma, and it's another thing when you feel the effects of it like this. I would wish this on the Can I get a copy of that? You're going to get longer. I got 40,000 pieces of paper, a whole bunch of them with all the names on them. They didn't have cards. Probably after officers that didn't have them. But I got probably about 30 to 60 cards from officers anyway. There's a whole collection. Sorry, talking to her.
No, you're okay.
I'd like you to stay on the phone until I get out of the building, if that's okay.
So before, just so I can have it on my computer, what I'll do is once we leave here, I'll go back to my office, I'll rewash everything. That way, what I forward on is about as accurate as I can make it, okay?
All right. Meg, you hear that? Meg? Meg, are you okay?
Yes, I hear it.
My God, give me a heart attack.
Sorry.
That's all right. All right,
This evidence that you would like to show to an investigator, I need a little bit of a baseline on like what we're talking about here, so that what I forward on, and then they have an idea of what they're coming into, they can get a heads up on it.
well, there's 4 years worth of use across multiple states, stuff. And there's a whole lot of stuff in Chapel, Nebraska about doctors and everything. The problem is there's so much of it. It's all intertwined together, and I don't have the technical or physical means to do these things. I have privilege tax in the state environment, internet access. Otherwise, I basically, at this point, it's been 4 years. I didn't used to like this, but now it's just I throw it to a ball in the corner and try, or I just for a house bounce on where I think people kill me. I'm so frustrated with having to be and having to be afraid that if I turn in my users, I'll be used for other, which is literally what's been happening in the last 4 years.
So the stuff that you have is recording,
It's recordings, it's emails, it's witnesses to talk to. There's literally hundreds of those. It's hundreds of pieces of evidence that are audio and video recordings of the situation. There's recorded the fact that I've been crying and been in the courts, that I lied and claimed repeatedly that I wasn't crying, that officers repeatedly slandered my name despite the fact that I was literally trying to show them the evidence. And they told me that I wasn't making an effort in court. They wrote that down, but I never got faced any of my accusers. It's a whole bunch of stuff about the public defender's offices down there not doing their job with their homeless and mentally ill. Like you were saying, you get the runaround. There's nothing you can do with that. But meanwhile, well, there's nothing you can do with that, and I'm the one who's paying for it.
Okay.
So, Sean, isn't a portion of it the fact that there are reasons why you can't go back to Colorado, that you need investigators help?
Man, it's not just Colorado, it's the state of Colorado, it's the state of Washington, it's the state of Wyoming. I mean, they abuse the term mentally ill everywhere. They use the term mentally ill to loosely affiliate with the term schizophrenia, and then they can do whatever they want to because you're the one who's retarded. And that's not okay. I mean, literally all of the places that I went for my own safety, and even there, but then we saw by Waylon Wolvertime, who, by the way, he lost his job last, or just in September. Also, one of the facility that I was sent to trying to turn in Waylon Wolvertime is Clearview Behavioral Health, and Clearview is closed up for the exact same thing they did to them. Look these things up, they do exist. Write that down. Behavioral health and hospital. Perfect. There's a whole lot more to it than that, but basically the courts, the public pretenders, everybody is used the term mentally ill in order to refuse to look at evidence. They already knew they screwed up. I mean, I'm certain that Natalie ended up dead. Now, there's a lot of information that I didn't get correct, and I did later on correct that. If I screw up, I'm autistic. I don't mind being honest, and if I screwed up, I'll say I screwed up. There's literally, altogether, there are thousands of crimes against me. I got to the point where I got so frustrated that I literally had, for my own safety and for the safety of my loved ones, commit crimes to force some sort of action. And even that wasn't enough. They used that in order to bring the other crimes that I did.
Just on one more piece of paper here, Sean, can I just write down all the data for me? So that way I can have it all accurate in front of me.
Yes, sir. And I'm sorry I'm a little bit scatterbrained right now, but I bet it's quite no deal. State of Colorado, I have all of the evidence that I need in order to. I need to be protected in the state of Colorado. Be able to have a safe place where I can sit down and write these things down and send these other places. I can't take care of myself. I know all that stuff. I literally need to run here and first to help me with those things. That's the problem with 4 years. Personality monster. That's
It's just where I hold my hand, and it's just kind of, it's just like this, it's more damage. Yeah, it's
I don't know, wonderful therapy. Ooh,
right down.
can't do that.
I got evidence on YouTube and on Facebook and there's some witnesses that I wrote down. They verified the use that I took in hand from the Anthony police and the Anthony. And they're still on. I'm literally so desperate that I threatened to press the United States. That feels like
I can't.
in real life, so much is wrong with the United States.
That all has done it.
what I'll do is, all this. I'll get them your contact information.
You read a note stating that, according to my doctor, I'm not supposed to carry more than 10 pounds or lift more than 10 pounds, and that bag is more than 10 pounds for evidence. There's a lot more. I have literally 7 bags of evidence over my trailer, and I don't have the means or the ability to do all of that myself. I certainly hope they do. I need help because of my disabilities. I need help with things.
When they contact you, they'll let you know how exactly they want to go about that, okay?
But what if the way that they want to go about it, I can't do because of my disabilities?
They will work with you, okay?
They have not in the past. I just want to let you know that that's not trying to argue with you. That they haven't in the past.
I can't speak to what's happened in the past with you, because but what I'll say is my experience that
Yes, sir. I was just letting you know so you can put it in your report. Have you looked yours? All right. This other one, I'm assuming it belongs to Mr. DeCosta. All right, well, I'll go put it back. Sorry about that. All right, Meg?
Yeah.
This officer is now leaving. I wrote a short report. I'm hoping that within the next few days, somebody will come down here to help me with that. They're going to try to get a USB drive to me or something so that I can get that information for them.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause this for a moment. My back hurts a lot this morning. This afternoon. I'm trying to not hurt. Now, although I don't consider what Josh did assault, the state of Nebraska does. That's what's important here. See, according to what the laws say a lot of things that I don't necessarily agree with. But there's also, I've gone through so much law in the past 3 years because prior to that, it was me trying to get help. After that, it was me trying to get help and realizing that I have to do it myself. I have to do the cop's job. I have to do the public pretender's job, and I am barely functional. I don't have the resources to do their jobs. Matter of fact, they cut me off from the resources to do their jobs, cut me off from the resources needed to take care of myself, and they didn't do their jobs. I've always been an easy scapegoat because I'm a good person. And because anybody who does me wrong can call me mentally ill. See, with that whole situation over with Amy knew that she was fucked up out of her mind. Amy knew that Josh was fucked up out of his mind. Now, whose side is she going to take? She's going to take Josh's. But if you listen to the conversations with Amy previously, yeah. According to her, Josh was hitting her and the girls. So he's violent, and I'm the one who takes the punishment. She abandons her kids with a chronic alcoholic, and I'm the one that takes the punishment. See, there is nobody in their right fucking mind who would drop their kids off with Ray and Ingersoll. Nobody in their right fucking mind. That is how much booze she was drinking, and Amy knew it. I still feel bad for Rihanna. She wasn't allowed to see her friends. She wasn't allowed to have friends. The only two friends she really had were me and Amy. Between telling the truth about me or lying to protect herself and her boyfriend, she's going to lie to protect herself and her boyfriend. That's sad to me. See, her kids shouldn't still be dealing with Amy choosing her drugs over her kids. My mother chose her drugs over her kids. Christine Buhit chose drugs over her kid. Now Ed Simmons, there's a good man. He's been a good dad. I suppose I should, as soon as they assign me an investigator, hopefully he'll send me an email address, and hopefully for once I'll have somebody to help me with this stuff in person, because I am absolutely not tech savvy. Police took advantage of that too. See, the major disability that we're dealing with here, we're not dealing with Tourette syndrome, and we're not dealing with autism. We're dealing with PTSD from your stupid assumptions of Tourette syndrome and autism. See, anybody who has Tourette syndrome or autism pretty well needs somebody there, especially under extremely stressful situations such as this, for their own protection. I knew exactly what the cops were doing when the Boulder Police Department decided they were going to try to frame me for murder. They fucked up. When they decided to try to separate me from my help, all they had to do was continue to separate me from my help no matter what. And that's the thing, these officers knew they fucked up. They had to prevent me from filing reports against these officers. They had to prevent me from having access to the resources required to show the truth. And that's the point, is that here in America, we're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. I was guilty until proven innocent and never allowed to show any evidence of my innocence or any evidence of my criminal friggin' assholes that are at me, you know? Tim Beasley should be in prison. Ted Bollinger should be in prison. And they should never be allowed to be let free. I would not have had to break the law if I had someone in my goddamn corner the entire year before Natalie was fucking killed. All I got were pretty fucking words. The same pretty goddamn words I hear now. Fuck this goddamn country. Let's press play.
Also, I don't remember names and numbers very well, but I have it recorded. So a lot of the times and dates and things of different crimes and various crimes that happened, I said there's literally thousands of money. And they're all time stamped and dated on video or on YouTube or on Facebook Messenger, or there's a lot, sir.
Okay.
All right. When should I, or when will I get that USB? All right. Oh, sorry.
All right, Walter, let's
It's on
give
the
you
back
some
of my
coffee.
phone. I don't know the phone number to my new phone. I need to write it down and put it on the back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, that one's got a whole bunch of evidence. And internet stalkers, people that close superintendent were my friends to give my number out so that they wouldn't get trouble and stuff. It's been a lot of fun, I tell you. Pardon me, Sheriff DeCosta? Or DeCosta? When will I get that USB to get you guys? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I had an apartment up here for like 5 months. I was trying to get someone here in person to help because I'm not good with the computers and nobody would help. And movies continue. I have to be afraid to talk to the cops here without someone present. And I've made hundreds upon hundreds of phone calls just about this here. If I'd had help in person, I could have turned in a lot of child abusers. The fact that I have to be afraid to go to the police means that there are children that should have been put in a safe place literally 2 years ago that are still having to deal with abuse from me. But until we hash this out, then that whole mentally ill thing that they use to discredit me will continue to discredit me, and those predators will continue to do those things to those children. What that's like.
I've never experienced anything like that, so like a synthesize this yet, I can't tell you that I understand it because I've never had to experience it.
I'm glad that you haven't. I had an officer up in Alliance, Nebraska. He picked me up. I was on a walk from Bozeman, Montana, to Boulder, Colorado. Well, actually, I was in Billings. It was the walk from Billings, I think. But an officer pulled me over in Alliance, and he said, you know what, I'm sick and tired of you people coming in here, sitting on the side of the road, doing nothing, mooching, and you're here 4 days later. He told me, you know what, get in my vehicle, I'm going to take you to the service. It'll take 10 minutes. Like 4 hours later, we called it, but there is a call. We've gone to the Deaconess, we've gone to the, you know, all those different resources, and we end up with nothing. He actually apologized to me. He told me he was going to be a lot nicer to travelers. He gave me some water. He told me he was sorry. It's one thing to assume that it's a certain way. It's completely different when you've actually gone through it with one. You stop telling them to go to those places. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you, sir. You walk out with me?
Yep, I will.
Thank you, sir. And I got problems with my right wrist and all the time.
Before you get it.
Oh, that's all
the opposite.
the officer of Colorado started the assault. I mean, it wasn't even 2 weeks after Natalie's death. He assaulted the hell out of me. Apparently, the information that I given to him immediately wasn't valid because of my quote unquote mental status, where they had to accuse me of felony assault against the police officers in order to get that. And the thing is, that it was Fort Police supposed to be investigating that. Fort Police is helping them out.
All right, Sean, is there anything else I can do for you tonight other than what we discussed before we're on here?
Well, I just want you to know that there's several state patrol officers who are going to need to be talked to, and one of them was already in with them. That's all tied up in this. Okay. Okay. I went to the state patrol and Bill Burr, as well as another officer. Case Silver, the former deputy director, trying to get they let go. And that that, like I said, it's a lot happening. Through all of this determination yells that you try to illegitimize my evidence. It's not that I don't have the evidence, it's that I can't get anybody to look at it. I don't have the technical skills to get somebody to look at it, and I can't even take care of myself. I mean, I don't have anything. I don't have that few dollars was spent a while ago. So I mean, I'm surviving on, and I don't even have a bow anymore, so I can't hunt rabbits like I used to. And I know it's a bad time of year for it, but it's just
Sounds good.
matter for that one.
Downstairs.
Okay, well, like I told you, I'll do what I can with the information you give me. Okay, I will get it forwarded on to our investigators. I don't know who they will assign it to. I don't know anything like that right now. Once I get that information forwarded on, they will take a look at what I'm able to give them here, get it assigned to somebody, and they will.
All right, I'm pausing this just for a moment. On 4th of July of 2018, this is after several attempts to get the police in this town to do something. A lot of threats, a lot of harassment, people throwing objects at me. Now, here's one thing that would really make me feel better, is if every time somebody threw something at me or cursed at me, if I could have my camera on. Then there's the fact that the devices that I have that have cameras on them are full of evidence. It's not like I can put a bunch more in there. And the other one is this computer, and I can't exactly just walk around with this big horking thing open pointing it at people. You know? The biggest issue that I have with most of these people is that I shouldn't have had to record our conversations and put them on the internet. When did I start doing that? November of 2018. The things that those people said, they should have said a long time earlier, but they didn't. They just let people do whatever the fuck they wanted to me. And then they wanted to pretend like they did something. No, see, here's the thing, is that the police outright lied repeatedly on my paperwork. Those things that I recorded are proof that the police did wrong, but they're also proof that you did wrong. Because you didn't make that effort. You promised that you did, and you watched me burn. No, Miss Peaches, you don't get to play victim after what you did. No, Amy, you don't get to play victim after what you did.
They'll be contacting me, okay?
Thanks, sir.
Yep. All right, you have a good night, okay?
Yep.
Take care, all right?
Hey, Meg, are you still there?
Yep.
All right. Thanks a bunch. I'm real sorry about all that. This has been impossible for so long, and I'm sorry I told you not to keep your numbers, but I want to risk if I have to post it up that I tried and failed. I don't want your number up there, you know.
Right.
I mean, this right here is way better than what I recorded last night, because last night, like, that was basically the same thing that the officer said. They tell us the same thing no matter where we go. But at least this one doesn't have your number in it.
Yeah.
Because, like, you do understand that that's not anything that I want to do. I just want the violence to stop, and I need the truth to be shown. Otherwise, it's not going to.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you need from me? Because I should probably let you rest from this. This has been emotional as all hell for me. I'm sure it's been you just waiting on the phone and all. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, if you, as soon as the investigator reaches, let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
And then, also about the USB that he just gave you. Do you know how big it is?
I'm gonna look at it. It's big enough for the stuff that they're asking for.
Okay, so, and you've got a charged laptop that you can go on and get that, move it to that, okay?
No, I have about 200 hours worth of recordings overall to go through. And all I'll have to do is go. I won't have to listen to them all individually. I'll just have to find the time and date stamp, but that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I got about a quarter of a charge on my computer. My phone is, this one's at, let me see. This one's at about 80%, but it's not going to work for that because it's on my computer. And my other phone is at 48%. So, and
Is there any place in town where you can plug in during the day? Like, is there a library or
no, ma'am. I mean, there is a library, but I mean, I keep going there for some odd reason. It's always closed, probably because of the COVID. There's been a few days that I thought it was open, or I saw people coming out of it, but I was on my way to run errands.
is there, do you want me to try to call the library tomorrow and see what's up with that, or is there any other place, is there any other indoor place where they'd let you plug in other than that?
There is one. I'm going there now.
Or that guy that helped you before, would he let you use his internet and plug in there?
I have been using his internet, but alright, here's the thing, is that he had some personal issues, and due to no fault of his own, he's in trouble with the law. So, because of my reputation, I can use the internet, just not very long, and as far as going inside, there's a lot of people in his family that hate me. They might not forgive me for that.
Okay.
So he usually just opens the door, peeks just his head out, lets me know it's okay for me to use the internet, but the thing is that there's no outlet outside.
Yeah.
Now, all of my money, I owe $100, and I have about 60 in my pocket. That $100 is for that car. He doesn't want to take $100 until we know for sure that the car is going to run, especially since I've already put $200 into it.
Okay. I'll call SSI back again and see about the money. I called a couple of times, and then today was a Columbus Day or something. I don't know. I didn't have the day off, but I think it's a federal holiday. So I'll call and see about that money and see if there's any way to get you more sooner. So is there any other place that I can help you call that find out if there is a place where you can plug in during the day, or?
I don't know. See, that's the thing, is that after I have a major meltdown, I'm pretty scatterbrained for a few days. I don't know how to explain that. Have you ever hit your head real hard falling off the swing?
Yeah, I've had a concussion. I've been hospitalized before with it.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Now, I probably shouldn't have said that I didn't get hit in the head, because I don't know. My head was down. The other thing is, I don't necessarily feel everything that hits my head. I have a pretty high pain threshold, and with him shoving me, I mean, that put me in a pretty heightened state of awareness.
Yeah. Well, when you do, if you do think of a place or something, or that you need help making calls to find out if there's a place, let me know, and I'll do that.
Yes, ma'am. The biggest thing I'm worried about is a safe place for me and the evidence. I mean, that's the thing. I got that horse trailer for a reason. That's the possibility of the future for me, but I need to have a place of my own. And people think that just because I'm smart, I should be able to do these things, and that's just not the way it is. I could do these things under good conditions, but these aren't the best of conditions, you know? These are the worst of conditions.
This is probably not the time to ask you this, but I'm going to ask this because I just remembered it. I know you've talked about land and you've talked about lots, maybe a place that you can call your own. Is there any? I heard there was an RV place there, and there's also, I don't know, like a trailer place, or either one of those.
All right, the people who own the RV place don't like me. They haven't liked me since I moved here.
Okay, so that's not an option.
Right.
Okay.
I've tried that one before. The RV park, whether it's full or not, it is full. But the thing is that I'm running around trying to do all these different things. I need to stop. I need to be able to stop. I need to be able to rest up to this.
Yeah. I just didn't know if there was a trailer or, or something that maybe would be cheap enough for a temporary or not. That's why I thought I'd just ask.
Yes, ma'am. Those are both good ideas. I could try to look into the RV place tomorrow during normal business hours.
Okay, well, I'll look into it, see if they,
not the RV park, but the
trailer.
The trailer park, yeah. The thing is, my trailer is a horse trailer.
Right, but I didn't know if maybe there would be something inexpensive enough that's there that you could, maybe if there was enough back pay, you could buy it and have it. But I don't know. That's just a thought. I don't know.
Well, it's still on somebody else's property. Like, preferably, I'd like to be way the hell out in the country, away from everybody.
Right.
But that's the thing, is that, people don't really divvy up just one little piece.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Also, like I said, mentally, I can't function well enough to do any of this for myself. I'm gonna need to get help in order to do this USB drive thing, just as far as the power goes. And then I have to be able to sit there for a lot of hours to go through each and every one of these. I can look at them according to file size and sort of figure out which ones it is. That'll narrow me down to about 30 of them, but it takes about 5 minutes for me to. Anyway, I'll do the best I can with what I got, and that's the problem with all of this. Is that I literally don't have the technical skills, and then there's also the mass quantity of all of this.
Right.
I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I can barely function right now. I'm lucky I was able to write down what I did.
Yeah. If you can get any rest, then maybe in a couple of days you can, talk through some of those things.
Well, I have to have a safe place in order for that to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think people quite get it. I want to be happy. I want to not scream, but I'm not in a safe place, and I haven't been for 4 years. A lot of the places that I thought were ended up not to be. Seeing people abuse kids, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's not that I didn't try. I got a hold of people to try to let them know what was going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, you be safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
one's over. Time to end the stream and start another one.